Here we have white versus the Sicilian, lesson 7. And this is a game of atoms versus Topalov. And it's the Najdorf Variation. So e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight f6, knight c3, a6, bishop e3, e6, the most common move. Black sets up the mini-center characteristic of the Sicilian and looks for counterplay along the c-file. Bishop e2. Now, against the chevening that we've been playing a different move of of f4 immediately. However, since here black is in a position to expand on the queen side, it's preferable to put the bishop on e2 straight away. Besides, not being committed to f2, f4 allows us to try out Adam's interesting plan against 7 knight b to d7, which we'll get to. So bishop e2, bishop e7. Now, if black had played b5, then bishop f3 is awkward to meet. Possibly b4. Or black could try to play e5, which would follow with knight b3, bishop b7, a4, b4, knight d5, knight takes d5, e takes d5, a5, or else a13, or else the 13th move of a5 cuts off the defense of b4. Bishop e2, intending 14 bishop b5 check with some advantage to white. So now let's go back and let's say that black was to play b4. So then e5, d takes e5, knight takes b3, and white will capture the rook on a8, with black gaining insufficient counterplay. So let's see, what else do we have here? From after black's move instead of bishop e7, black could also try queen c7. And white can set up the standard e4, f4 center. For example, a4, b6, f4, bishop b7, bishop f3, knight b d7, and queen 2, etc. So now, let's see what else. A critical alternative that black has here is 7 knight b d7, after which Adams has scored a fine victory with g4. This winning pawn advance is justified by the fact that black can't play actively with knight c6 and knight takes d4 any longer. Furthermore, with d7 blocked, the knight on f6 is deprived of its natural retreat square if it's attacked by 9 g5. Play could go h6, f4, g6, or f5. And now after this move, white concedes the e5 square in order to further the assault along the f-file. Knight e5, h3. White's king-side pawns may look shaky, but there's a thread of steel that runs through them. b5, a3. It's a necessary move to stop black moving to b4. Queen e7, queen d2, bishop b7, f takes e6, f takes e6, queenside castle, and rook c8. Now this move is necessary because after a move like knight takes e4, knight takes e4, bishop takes e4, rook h e1, white has strong pressure for the pawn due to black king's uncertain future. He cannot castle kingside, and the queenside would offer him little shelter, and the center is becoming completely inhospitable. So that's out. So we have rook c8, rook h e1, bishop g7, g5, h takes g5, bishop takes g5, and white has strong pressure, which Adams here converted into a win.